I don't know if this is a thing. This is going to be a stupid question. Do you guys get goosebumps when you sneeze? Why am I asking that? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just sneezed and I got goosebumps. I wonder if that was like a normal thing. Anyways, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are listening to Laura Marling. We're going to listen to her song Patterns, which is off of an upcoming album, which I believe the name is Patterns in Repeat, which of course will be released, as I'm looking at it, October 25th, 2004. So I'll go ahead and attach the Bandcamp link for that if you want to check it out. So yeah, Laura Marling, we've listened to a little bit of music from her here on the channel, and I've listened to some of her music on my own as well. So we're just going to continue on. And this is a particular suggestion from Sheldon Howells. Sheldon, thank you so much. I know that I think that every subscriber has like a particular artist or two that is their ride or die artist. And for Sheldon, I know that you've constantly mentioned Miss Marling and recommended her. So let's go ahead and listen to this new song here. So let me pull it up. Did I do that already? I did do it. Sometimes I'm ahead of the curve and sometimes I'm just right behind it. But let's go ahead and listen to it. We'll talk about it after. Here we go, guys.
Now you squared your toes, but your family nose hangs around. You still a ballerina, everybody knows that your feet are on the ground. But as the years go by and points comply with ever more relief, then patterns in repeat can begin.
I like how that came in with our harmony.
To have your children, your flock of birds, your branch among the woods.
It's a good line. That's a great line.
You'll try to tell them, but you're lost for words, 'cause it's so absurd how good. And as those years go by, they'll look upon you kindly like a friend. A pattern in repeat.
I love that.
And never end.
I like the dressing around the music here.
Food for meaning, I arched my back, and then from the black you were born. Forward leaning at first, abstract.
Nice, make sure her voice is there.
Contract into form, and now the time leaps by and starts to fly, and only then can I see that we're patterns in repeat.
I love that little change. I love that.
Always be.
like how the bass changes a little bit as it goes, especially on the ending of the chorus. I think that was beautiful. I think that was absolutely beautiful, especially when it comes to music and such, especially like here on the channel, like what we generally listen to. Like we listen to a lot of progressive stuff and a lot of complicated things. And sometimes, actually a lot of times, the most beautiful things are found in the simplest things. And sometimes the most simple things can be the most profound. So, I mean, we're really just talking about a mother to a child, I believe. Because if I remember correctly, her previous album is called Songs for Our Daughter, if I remember correctly. So I'm imagining that this is probably just a kind of continuation of that in a sense. And the magic of motherhood, the magic of childbirth, and, you know, not becoming, but bringing to life new life. Like, I think that's, yes, something that's simple because, you know, everyone does it, but the beauty of it, you know, the way that Marling poetically describes it, and the way that the music is quiet and kind of intimate and quaint at first with just the picking of the guitar, but soon lends its way to some other elements to come in. And I find that a lot of times when I'm listening to Laura's music, but I really enjoyed how, especially in the lyrics, let me pull you up here real quick. In the lyrics, right in here, right in the outro, and in the forward leaning at first, abstract, you soon contract into form. So this child is now like being created, being made into new form, and that's when these echoes of voices begin to reverb in this abstract like atmosphere. Now, there's a few ways. Actually, you know what? Let's do the lyrics the whole way through. That's honestly the best way I can go into what I want to get into. Xena, you've squared your toes, but your friendly nose hangs around. You're still a ballerina, everybody knows, but your feet are on the ground. But as the years go by and points comply with ever more relief, then patterns in repeat can begin. Of course, the patterns of life. It's the circle of life, you know, giving birth, growing up, maturity, and it just goes on and on. And these patterns have been, of course, going on for many, many years. To have your children, your flock of birds, your branch among the wood. Like your children, your family is just a branch, just a tree in the woods, in the forest, in the grand scheme of things. But what a beautiful branch it is. You'll try to tell them, but you're lost for words because it's so absurd. How good. And as those years go by, they'll look upon you kindly like a friend, a pattern in repeat and never ends. So, of course, I think that everyone probably has that moment of when you're growing up. I mean, you probably have several moments of it, but those moments of clarity, those moments of like something going off and you're like, oh, I get it now. In this particular case, your children growing up and being, oh, I get it now. I understand what my parents are saying. I understand what my parents are trying to do for me, etc., etc. And it's a beautiful thing. As she says, it's a pattern in repeat that never ends. Pulled for meaning, I arched my back, and then from the black you were born. Forward leaning at first, abstract, you soon contract into form. And now the time leaps by and starts to fly, and only then can I see that we're patterns in repeat and will always be. So even for her, even for a mother herself, she gets that moment of clarity. She gets that moment of, oh, I understand now. Like, I think that that's a beautiful way of putting it. Now, specifically the ending here, I think that there's a few ways that this could go. And I know there's an annotation here. Like, I could click that and see what someone else thought. I don't want to see what anyone else thought. I want to see what I thought. So I think of it almost in three ways. Pulled for meaning, I arched my back. Like, let me enact this. Like, I arched my back looking at the sky and basically asked for meaning, right? Looking at the sky, asking for meaning, asking for understanding. Or pulled for meaning, I arched my back, and then from the black you were born. Could be conception. Or number three, forward leaning at first, abstract, you soon contract into form, and now time leaps by and starts to fly. Or it could be the actual act of birth itself. I don't know. I think there's a few ways you can kind of go with it, and maybe, at least to me, it's a little bit, not cryptic, but it allows for interpretation. It allows for your own interpretation to an extent. But obviously, I think that the main theme of it and the beauty of it is simply down to motherhood and your children. That's a beautiful song. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you, Sheldon, for the recommendation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Follow me in a few places that are on the screen, or at least one place is on the screen. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.